Zer's in the tower, so you click tower, you go to the courtyard, it spawns you in. Click tower, you go to the courtyard, it spawns you in, you take a hard left, and go down to the hangar. Obviously, it's a bit of a trip. Unfortunately, they wish they would make it faster. They need to make us allow sparrows in the tower. It might get a little crazy, but hey, no harm, no foul. A little bit of speed. Saint 14's over there for Trials of Osiris, if you don't know. Easy loot. Well, sort of easy. You gotta grab a card to be able to do trials and all, but yeah. So here is Zer. Hello, Zuripu. How are you? Let's see what he's got. Exotic engram, as always, it's basically free, costs basically nothing, so always grab it if you're able to. A Worm Crutch. Don't use it, so don't care. Hard Light's decent auto. It's mostly just different elements. It doesn't really do much. It has benefits, but it's not any crazy perks or anything. They just ricochet off the wall and do damage, so yeah. Nothing too fancy. Luckily, Lasberry kind of trash. If they ever improve Arc Bolt nades or improve this exotic, maybe it'll be worth a shit, but it's pretty trash, so I wouldn't recommend it. For collections, grab it if you don't have it. Otherwise, just don't. One Eye Mask is actually pretty good still. Unfortunately, it's way too much mobility. If that would have been Recov or Intellect or anything else, that would have been worth it. It's very unfortunate. But again, grab it if you don't have it. You could make a roll out of it if you want to, but personally, I wouldn't. Getaway Artist, make sure arc grenades turn into a arc turret that it's superfied. It's insanely increased, and this actually ain't a bad roll at all. You got recovery and discipline, and a little bit of intellect. That's not bad at all. Honestly, I'd recommend this. It ain't bad for PvE or PvP, because those little Pikachus is what we call them, are OPAF. Onto the weapons, dude. Banshee was literally selling this roll. That's hilarious. He was literally just selling this roll the other day. This bow is very weird. I don't really recommend this bow personally. I feel like there's a lot better bows. It's not a bad bow though by any means, but it feels different. It feels really weird compared to the rest. So yeah, I wouldn't really recommend it. Thoughtless is craftable. That's not that great of a roll. You could use it if you don't have one, but overall I wouldn't recommend it. You'd want overflow here. It is crafted though, and you can use a harmonizer or whatever they're called. I forget what they're called right now. Yeah, deep sight harmonizer. You can use deep sight harmonizer on it to make it craftable. You need 5 total, obviously. Drang is also a craftable one, which Drang is really overpowered. I would recommend you just grab this, even though it's not that great of a roll. It is decent enough with range. You could use it. Obviously, you want to craft it, or you want a damage roll, or just anything better. There's incandescent, swashbucklers, rampage. Any of that would work better here. Even Zen Moment for some people like moving targets in Moment, that could work too. But it is a good sidearm on its own without any damage perk, so you could grab it just to have one. It's very good. It works with Sturm as well, makes Sturm have overpowered shots, so definitely worth getting. It is also craftable, which again, use a harmonizer. You need 5 though total to make it craftable, so yeah. The Decide, actually not a bad roll for this shotgun at all for 1-2 punch. Slide shot's great for reload. You reload, I think it's 2 reloads at a time. It's not that great, like insane, but full choke to make it tighter, so you make sure you hit all your pellets for 1-2 punch. Unfortunately, I would have liked either a mag perk here or a range perk or a faster fire rate perk, but that's not bad at all. I mean, it is a rapid fire, so rapid fires are really good for 1-2 punch in my opinion, because they just get out quicker and you can shoot it quicker and get the 1-2 punch proc quicker. So I'll recommend that. It's not half bad. It's not the best roll, but it's not half bad either. Outlast, an actual insane roll of Outlast. Oh, that is actually mental how good that roll is. Unfortunately, didn't get Ricochet or High Cal, I think it can get, or maybe it is accurized. I think it's Ricochet or High Cal. Didn't get either. Unfortunately, got Armor Piercing and Flared Magwell. But that's not a half bad roll at all. By any means, I'd recommend this just to test it out, personally. Heck, I'm literally buying it. I'm going to test it out, see if it's any good or not. If it is, I'll change, cool. If it's not, it's unfortunate. But it could definitely be good. Obviously, a damage perk would make it a lot better. But, hey, it's not bad either. So, we'll take it. The sword is, well, trash. Let's be honest here. They're not that good. There's only one really good sword, for the most part. The most other ones are, eh. So, yeah, wouldn't really recommend this one. And Quick Fang is absolute trash. It is the worst sword in the game, in my opinion. I know there are some people that say you can run some stuff on it. And yes, technically, if you get a certain one, you can. But really, come on. There's better swords. There really is. It, yeah, has a damaged sword. It technically has a damaged one. But personally, I don't like it and don't recommend it. So I wouldn't. What's what the Hawk Moon is? Quick Draw. Quick Draw is not a bad perk on it. It's got decent range. I would recommend something like Killing Wind, Opening, or anything else like that. Quick Draw ain't bad either, though. It'd be good for quick swapping if you're running like a grenade launcher or something. So you could definitely use that. It's not half bad. Onto the armor, we have got an okay PvE perk for the Hunter Gauntlets. That's okay for PvP, or PvE, sorry. You could definitely make that work. You could also do PvP if you had other things that counter the mobility missing, but I'd recommend PvE for that mostly. Put Recover, Intellect, or Discipline on it, or even more Resil if you got those other stats on other armor. This is... Yeah, no, I wouldn't recommend this. I mean, you could put a Recov mod on it, make it 12 Recov. Maybe you could build something with that. But you would really have to have stuff that carries the damage difference there, or the numbers difference. So it really just depends on your armor. Cloak doesn't matter as always. I mean, you could make this work, put Intellect or Recov on this, or Resil or Discipline, depending on PvE or PvP. If you had something with really high mobility, this could work. If you don't have something with really high mobility, this probably would not work very well. And even then, it's still a low number, so I wouldn't really recommend it either. It's possible, but not that great. These legs are actually decent, I'm not gonna lie. You could definitely, if you put a Recov, Mobility, Resil, Intellect on this, or even more Discipline, you could run. If you had other things with high mobility, or high Recov, or high Resilience, you could run this for PvE and PvP for a Discipline build. Without a doubt, you can make this work. It just really requires you to have really good stats of the other stuff to make this work really well. But that's not half bad. I actually like that. I might have a build for that personally. We'll see. Onto the Titan. We'll go Titan. Why not? We'll go Titan. Alright, we're on the Titan. Look at us, actually on the correct one. Let's see what the armor looks like. And we've got way too much mobility for a Titan. Wow, not needed at all by any means. That should have been in Recov, or Discipline would have been a lot better. I would not recommend that just purely because it has way too much mobility. Flippin' ridiculous. This you could definitely use. Put a Recov on this. Make it 17, then plus the 2, obviously 19. That's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. Definitely if you have better stuff, puts it at 30 Intellect, which ain't bad at all for a base. That could definitely be useful. Or Discipline or Intellect. If you want that, you could put different things. Make it more Intellect, there's nothing wrong with that. But that's not bad. You can definitely make a couple rolls for PvP and PvE with that. It's not great by any means, but that's not bad either. We like that. That doesn't matter as always, because Mark is useless. Hopefully those exotics change that. We'll see. Absolute trash roll. It's a 67, but that is trash. Too much mobility. It is spread in all the wrong places. It's just not enough at one spot. That is really, really bad, in my opinion. Do not recommend. Boots. 63, not that great, but it does have Discipline Recov thing, and you could put a Resil or Intellect on that if you have something to counter that. It is unfortunate it has 10 mobility, but you could definitely make something out of that. Not that great, but not bad either. It's possible. Onto the Warlock. Alright, we're on the Warlock. Let's see what we got. Armor-wise, we've got, right off the bat, trash. 61, absolute trash, and 18 mobility on that. That is horrible. Onto the chest. Absolute trash too. I mean, unless you're trying to make a Recov strength build, which is, you definitely could use for arc and stuff. I wouldn't really recommend it though still. But you could. I mean, you could make it work if you want to. It's up to you. But personally, I wouldn't recommend that. It's 64. That's horrible. Bond don't matter as always. Trash. And the helmet is, oof. I mean, you could definitely make this work. It has unfortunately a little too much mobility in my opinion. But you could make this work. You could put Intellect, you put Discipline, Recov, Resilience, different PvE things. You can make it work for PvE. Maybe PvP, but mostly PvE. Still wouldn't recommend it, but yeah. And that is way too much mobility. That is just ridiculous. That is not needed. That is horrible. Those leg armors is trash. Trash. Okay, so this Friday we have Trials. They have changed it around a bit. They've added 4 special ammo boxes throughout the map that anyone can pick up. There'll be 2 at the spawn and 2 spread out between the spawns. The map is Burnout, I believe, which is the Cheese Wheel map, if I'm right about that. It should be Cheese Wheel. And it's a Summoner Adept, which personally, I like this auto. I have an insanely good roll for PvP and PvE. I love the PvE roll. Incandescent and Heal Clip, absolutely cracked roll for killing ads and healing constantly. Target Lock is great for it as well for PvP, so it's not a bad thing. So yeah. Trials this weekend. Let's go. Next week in Destiny, we got the Nightfall Hypernet Current. We got Crucible Team Scorch plus Clash. We got Root of Nightmare for the raid. Dungeon is Ghost of the Deep. Mission is Vox Obscura. And bonus Vanguard ranks and Nightfall rewards. Alright, that is Zur next week in Destiny and Trials info as always every week. We got it covered as long as it's available. If you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment what you think. Is anything in Zur that you want right now? Anything you like? Anything you need? Let me know. Is there anything you actually want? If I'm wrong about, let me know if I'm wrong about any of those roles. I don't mind to be wrong. It's okay to be wrong. Y'all have a good day. We out. Adios.